Hello everybody, welcome. This is Nikki Zick from Nikki Zick Paints and welcome to my channel. Today we have my little favorite sketchbook and we're going to turn upon a page that I was introducing you to yesterday on impressionistic florals. I did a postcard doing this multicolor floral over here, but today we're going to concentrate more on this brown-eyed Susan / marigold flower design. So we're going to close my little book, put it away for now, and we're going to start with something that looks like this. So here's where I jumped off from the sketchbook and came upon this idea for a 5x7 postcard. So we're going to do this today. I'll keep it here. I have some watercolor paints ready to go. They're inexpensive, cheap palette from Temu. Half of the palette, there are 40 colors. Half of the palette is metallic. Well, a third of the palette is metallic. The rest is solid watercolors. This is the second time I'm buying it. The paints don't last very long, but they're so bright and fun I had to buy it again. Very inexpensive. And then I have my Academy pad ready to go for 5x7. Here we go. Okay, so first we're going to start with the orange marigold flowers. We're going to use the 1/2-inch stagger brush, small brush, because we're going to do small details. I have my water ready, get my orange ready, and we're going to use the brush on its side and do the petals in that manner. So we'll start with the flower at the top here, and we'll just go around the circle, leaving room for the center brown that we're going to add later. Okay, and just here and there, put some petals. Okay, and again, leave the center for the brown. So you just, here and there, leave the brown for the center. We'll put one here. Okay, I'll put one more here. Okay, now we'll do the yellow. We're going to go into a nice golden yellow, marigold yellow. We'll put one up here. This is a fast, easy moving pattern that you can do for a card, for a quick birthday or just thinking of you card to say hello. I think people don't send cards as often as they used to now with text messaging and emails, but I like sending cards to some of my friends. I don't really get them in return, but I do like sending them. Okay, so we have our flower composition laid out, and now we're going to go into with our brown centers. Okay, so you pick up a nice rich chocolate brown in your palette, and you don't want it too watery because you don't want it to bleed into the petal colors. But we're just going to give a little dab here after our petal colors are a little wet. We'll wait. I don't want it to bleed. We'll go into the greens. We're going to start with the apple green. Okay, and we'll give each flower a stem, then with the dagger brush tip. Each flower gets grounded. Then we'll add some little leaves to each flower. Okay, then we'll add some wild grasses using the same apple green and pulling up. Okay, now we're going to go into the darker green and add a little more contrast areas for some details. Make sure your paint isn't too wet. And now we're going to do the same thing. Do stems for the flowers, indication line. You can go right over your other stem color, and then we're going to add some darker green leaves to the flowers. And we are doing a little bit of blending here and there, I should say, wet on wet. But I don't want the brown to bleed all over my flower centers. Okay, so now we're going to start with the background. We're going to go into a sky blue, which has been contaminated with my green. We clean that up a little. As you can see, my green took over. Okay, so now I have my sky blue. And I'm not going to do it in dabs. I'm going to do it wet on dry. So I'm going to load up my paintbrush with water and paint and just dab it along. And I'm going to keep it dark at the top and just go back and forth, adding water, clean water, and dragging the paint color out. Adding more paint over here. And being careful and delicate to go around the flowers when I'm adding the blue. See, don't add the yellow to the background. The sky is a nice shade of pale blue. Go around the flowers. Okay, then I'm going to wet the paper a little, change the technique, and do wet on wet. So now we have our papers wet. Watch, being careful of the flowers. And we're going to add a different sky blue, which is more redder, shall we say. These paints are inexpensive, like I said, so it takes a while to get them going in the morning. Like some people, huh? I already had 1 cup of coffee, so I'm ready to go. 1 cup, I'm ready to paint. Okay, so pull down here. I did full color, but I'm blending it into the flowers, pulling it up. Now I'm going to go full color inside the flowers. Don't go into where the brown is supposed to be. Just go in between the leaves and the petals. Okay. Then I'm going to go into the other side with the paler blue. And go into where the leaves and the petals were. Be careful of the orange. Then we're going to go into the bottom left-hand corner. Do a wet on wet. Add a little of the apple green. I'm going to blend it up into the aqua blue. Put a little aqua blue. Blend down. That way we have our sky blending into our grass. Okay, now we're going to go into the centers. The final touch is our brown centers and our brown-eyed Susans. So just do a dab in each flower center. Horizontal dab. Okay, and there you go. Your postcard is done, ready to be signed, sealed, and delivered. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Once again, it's Nikki Zick from Nikki Zick Paints. Have a great day.